They fighting.
They fighting.
Can't get it. They can't see. I cannot see. They fighting. God damn. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Parked outside his crib, he got a cold, but that's just for show. I know he
Hey YouTube. Welcome to my channel. This is my first YouTube channel, and as you can tell from the title, it's a girls trip in New Orleans. So right now, well, I didn't record yesterday. We had some drinks. It was fun. Took some cute pictures. Got some food. And, you know, and plus it was really windy. We checked out the casino. Saw how all that was. So today we're going on a drunk tour. We're gonna see what that's about. We might go to a graveyard, a little voodoo shop, the mall. So all that's going on. Nothing too much. Just the outfit. I'm gonna put on some Uggs and a jacket because it's cold here. It's cold. So let's go meet the girls.
You had ace, king, queen, but you had a whole lot more. Like this would be like maybe one possible, or you know what I'm saying? Whatever.
She teaching her how to play spades. Say hey, you too.
Hey. And
Say
like,
hey.
if you had a whole lot of spades, those would be books. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So the other couple, I think they're back there. That's Deja. Say hey, you too. So that's everything for right now. Me and Rayvon, we have the double bed. Marissa and Deja are sharing a room. Kuda and her wife have the master, and Markeith, Rayvon's brother, has the pull-out bed. But yeah, y'all, it's my first video, so show some love. I'm gonna try to vlog more and get used to recording myself. I'm not used to this at all, but we'll see how it goes. So hey y'all, so I guess we're gonna go to Cafe Beignet. Beignet. It's like
we about to be real sick.
So they canceled Mardi Gras, which like really sucks because I was looking forward to it. But it's whatever. We're still enjoying our time. That's Rayvon. That's how you gonna do? You're not gonna talk? Hi.
What do you say?
I don't know. That's her brother back there. Creepy.
What's up?
Hopefully the place isn't closed. Even if it is closed, hopefully we find something good, something nice to do. I'm ready for the drunk tour. I'm so ready for that. Yeah, I need some super glue. Just look at this. Look at that. I got the nail with me though. So we gonna get this baby together. Put her back.
y'all looking for a place to eat and drink later?
Yeah.
This is for La Bayou and Pier 424. It's on Bourbon. If they give you a hard time getting, it's time you got a reservation. Show them the card, okay?
Thank
Y'all
you.
ready to have money?
You want me?
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Want more?
Yeah.
Happy Mardi Gras.
Happy Mardi Gras. I want a gold one. No. It's mine.
Please, because I'm not shit today. Hello, lady. Hello.
He said tip. Do you have cash? Yeah. You got $1?
Just. Thank you, ladies.
No problem. Have a good one.
First dollar for today.
There you go.
Now.
If anybody else
I'm
asks for a
gonna make
picture,
money.
charge for 50. So it's $1 for a picture. You're right.
Thank you, ladies.
No problem. Happy Mardi Gras. Oh my God.
Girl, you better show me yours. You got enough for everybody. You got some facts to follow back to that.
Alright, let's get out this street.
I am moving.
Right. Oh, chili right there. I don't know what that is. What they're doing. I love it. Whose picture is that?
The mayor?
Oh, because she canceled it? Yeah. They got the mayor's picture on it. This place is so cute. A lot of good stuff. That might be just on it. But this place is really cute. Lots of order. Can I get the Mardi Gras beignets? And I want to do the oven roasted turkey breast sandwich croissant.
Alright, bottle of water, Decatur Club, on a croissant, and Mardi Gras beignets offer here. $18.78.
Damn!
All of us to sit at. We're hungry. Haven't eaten nothing all day. But y'all, this place is really cute. Like I said, it's called Cafe Beignet. So right now we are about to do a drunk tour, so that's what we're doing. We just got here. Is this it right here?
Yeah, she told her about the self-love, but she said, girl, love that one. Yeah. The titty.
Okay, y'all, my name is Cody. If y'all have any questions, just ask, I'll answer. If I don't know the answer, I'll just tell you I don't know. If y'all still want a story, though, I will make something up. Y'all like useless information?
Not at all.
No.
Useless?
No.
I'm going to try it. Y'all tell me if y'all like it or not.
Okay.
First bit of useless information. Building right behind y'all used to belong to Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie.
Oh.
They bought it in 2007 for $3.8 million. Sold it last year for $4.9 million. If you Google the building, you will come up with a photograph and video of Brad Pitt on this balcony throwing a beer to Matthew McConaughey on that gallery.
Ooh.
So it's pretty cool, just totally useless.
Okay, well, I like
I
useless.
like that kind of useless information.
That was a lie. Right? It was a lie. He made it sound good. Right?
No, that's true. It is true.
Oh, okay.
And I think you say useful.
You can actually
I thought
Google
you
it.
said
See-
useless.
Has anybody seen American Horror Story?
Yeah.
Season 3, The Coven?
Mm-hmm.
That's the first building we're going to.
Ooh.
Hollywood did put their little twist on it, so I'm going to tell you what really happened. If you haven't seen it, I'm telling the story beginning to end, you won't miss anything. They do say it is the most haunted building here, so if you want to take videos, photographs of the building, some people do get orbs, apparitions, and stuff like that.
No.
We'll head out that way.
Where's y'all people at? Come on, girl. So as this tour was going on and on and on, I'm like, well, where the drinks at? Like, we haven't stopped anywhere to get drinks. Nothing like that. So I asked him, and he said, oh, that part's been canceled because of COVID. I said, oh, okay. But in my head, I'm like, well, when were y'all going to let people know? Because y'all still advertising that it's a drunk tour. I was excited for it. But it's whatever. It was still good.
Okay, y'all, the building we will be talking about is this one right here. Starts at the garage door, all the way to the corner. This is one house. This is the Delphine Lalaurie Mansion. A little bit about the mansion first. It is the largest residential building in the French Quarter. Has over 10,000 square feet, 10 bedrooms, also the first house to have running water in the French Quarter. Now a little bit about Delphine Lalaurie. She came from France, married 3 times. First 2 husbands died mysteriously. Not really, she poisoned them. Now when she gets here, she meets and marries Louis Lalaurie, who was a surgeon, very wealthy. She actually had more money than he did. She came from money, plus she got money from the 2 previous husbands. When they got married, they moved into this building. Now a little bit about how cruel this lady was. Neighbor right across the street used to like to watch what they did. Said she liked to watch the rich and famous. I think today that would be called stalking, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was stalking. Delphine was actually right up here on the gallery getting her hair brushed by a 7-year-old slave girl. This little girl catches a knot and ripped her head to the side. Delphine gets mad, stands up, chases that little girl to the front of the building. As soon as they rounded that corner, neighbor said she had no clue what happened. What did happen? That little girl landed on the road and died. Police came. First thing they did, questioned Delphine. Delphine was like, look, I got mad. I chased that little girl to the front. As soon as they rounded that corner, she knew she had nowhere to run. She jumped in fear, landed on her head and broke her neck. Not my fault. So then the police asked everyone else around here if they heard or saw anything. Everybody said the same thing. Didn't hear anything, didn't see anything, but I can guarantee you she caught that little girl and threw her over. All hearsay, police couldn't do anything about it. So they decided to watch this building. It actually takes them 2 months. They catch her in the act of beating one of her slaves. At that point, city steps in, takes all of her slaves from her. Now, she gets upset, so she writes her mother a letter saying, look, I don't know how, but New Orleans just stepped in and took all my slaves. Her mother sends a letter back saying, don't even worry about it, they're just going by old laws. Now, the old laws they were going by was called the Code Noir. Has anybody heard of the Code Noir? Code Noir was a set of laws that King Louis XIV wrote in 1685. pretty much 47 laws. Law number 1, no Jewish person could be in a French colony. Law number 2 to 47, mainly all about slavery. Pretty much you mistreat a slave in any kind of way, city can step in and take your slaves. Now when I say mistreat, that goes for beating them, making them work on holidays, also making them work on Sundays. That was considered a day of worship. A lot of people here in New Orleans thought those laws were in place to protect the slaves. What y'all think? Not at all. All about the money. City would step in, take those slaves, and bring them right back to the slave trade and just resell them, doubling, tripling their money almost off of every slave here. Back then, they were actually looking for reasons to take your slaves. 8 weeks after she got that letter, she actually gets 20 slaves from her mother. Her mother just basically doubled her up. At this point, City did take notice, and they were like, okay, we can step in and take these 20, but if we do that, they like to flaunt their money. They'll get 40. We take those, they'll get 80. They decided just to leave it alone, but did say if they were to do anything else, they would just step in and arrest them. However, they never got that chance. Delphine liking to flaunt her money, she throws parties every weekend, Fridays, Saturdays, even on Sundays. During one of these parties, her kitchen catches fire. Back then, kitchen was always separate from the main house. Where the garage door is, that was the kitchen. When that kitchen catches fire, Delphine runs into the main house, pulled all those partygoers out right here into the street. So now everybody's partying in the street. That's normal in New Orleans, no big deal. They sent for the fire brigade. Now when the fire brigade gets here, they go in that kitchen. First thing they notice, not the fire. First thing they noticed was a 77-year-old slave still chained up inside that kitchen. She can move all about that kitchen, she just could not get out. Fireman got concerned, asked her why she was still in there. She's like, well, probably because I actually started the fire. I'd rather be dead than live here. They were like, okay, that makes no sense. These people are rich, nice house, what's the problem? At this point, she said, problem is they actually have a torture chamber on that 3rd floor. I'd rather kill myself tonight in a fire than be put on that 3rd floor and tortured to death. At this point, they're just thinking she's old and crazy. They start ignoring her. They go ahead and put out this fire. As soon as the fire was put out, Delphine walked in. She was like, look, I'm glad y'all got my fire out, but it's time for y'all to leave. They were like, no, that's not how it works. You need to go get your husband, come back, answer a few questions. This lady just said she started the fire. If we leave now, we'll be back in 20 minutes. She will start another one. Plus, she made wild accusations about your 3rd floor. Delphine said, no problem. Headed out, we can get her husband. She also went get her kids. They all jumped into a carriage, left the city of New Orleans, never to be seen again. Some people say they went back to France with her mother. Other people say they just moved on the outskirts of New Orleans, but nobody actually knows where they went that night. Firemen did see them leave, thought that was kind of odd. Started thinking maybe that lady's not crazy. They make their way up to that 3rd floor. When they get up there, they find one door with a 4-inch iron gate covering it. Ripped that gate down, walked in that room to literally see a torture chamber. It was a room filled with poles. Each pole had someone chained to it. First pole they get up to is a lady, physically unharmed, nothing wrong with her. They decide to save her for last. The rest actually did need their attention. They go down to that next pole. Next pole is a lady. This lady has the top of her head removed, brain exposed, 5 sticks sticking in her brain. She was dead, so they go to the next pole. Next pole is a man. This man has a crude sex change, only lives for 3 days. They go to the next pole. Next pole was a little boy. He was about 5 years old. He had his own feces shoved in his mouth and his mouth sewn shut. Now, right next to that little boy was a wooden crate labeled the Human Crab, addressed to go to a freak show circus. They got curious. They opened up that crate. Inside that crate was a lady with extra arms and legs sewn onto her body, each one broken to make her look like a crab. She lives for 6 months, never able to walk again. Now, whenever they finish dealing with that lady in that crate, they go back to that first lady, physically unharmed. They unchained her, thinking she would do like anybody else in her situation would, and that'd be run out of this building. She actually had a different idea. She jumps out of that 3rd floor window that is still sealed up today, landing on the party that was still going on outside that night. Very next day, priest heard what was going on inside this building, decided he was going to come here and bless this house, cleanse it. As soon as he gets here, walked inside, turned around, came right back out. Said this place would never be blessed, could not be cleansed, did not even suggest anybody walking the same sidewalk that house sat on. Because he said that building stayed abandoned for 40 years. Because it was abandoned so long, the Vauqueray Commission, which means Old Square Commission, they're pretty much in charge of all the historical buildings in the French Quarter. They say historically, that window was always sealed up, so it has to remain being sealed up today. No one can ever put a window there again. Boca Raton Commission so strict here. If you were to buy or own a building in the French Quarter and you want to paint it, you have to call the Boca Raton Commission. They will then tell you what color down to the shade. So how you see the French Quarter today is how it looked in the 1800s. After 40 years pass, a man from New York moves down and he wants to open up a furniture store. Finds this building been abandoned 40 years, he can get it really cheap. It's also big enough to house all his furniture. So he buys it. During renovations, they find 8 bodies underneath the floors and in the walls. Finishes renovations, opens up his store. First 3 months, his furniture kept getting moved and broken. Finally had enough. He goes to the police station, wants to know if they can come investigate. They were like, sure, no problem. Where's the break-in? When he told them no break-in, they laughed at him. That is your problem, you deal with it. Probably just upset employee. So he spends the night, see if he can catch who's doing it. Very next morning, straight to a realtor. This is the amount I want for the building. That includes the furniture inside. Get rid of it as quick as you can. Stayed on the market 1 year. Nobody even looked at it. City stepped in, bought it really cheap. Turned it into a girls' home. That lasted 6 months, saying the girls couldn't sleep and their grades went down. Since then, this building has been turned into bars, restaurants, homes, apartments. You name it, they tried it. Nothing lasts. No one has ever owned this building more than 5 years in a row. In 2007, Nicolas Cage buys this building. Over the phone, knowing nothing about it except he's getting a really good deal. Same year, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie bought theirs for 3.8. He pays 2.7. He rounds up a bunch of friends one night. They pull up, they park right here in front. When they get out of the car, they look around. They see tour groups wrapped around. Nicolas Cage looked at his friends and said, look, they found out I bought this place. They made a tour about me. One tour guide heard him and was like, look, didn't know you bought it, but we'll add you to the tour. Been in the tour ever since. He's like, well, since this is not about me, what is it about? They told him the backstory. At that point, he was like, look, everybody knows I'm crazy. However, I'm not this crazy. Him and his friends jumped back in his car, left, went to sleep at a hotel that night, never putting his key in the door. He owned this building for 2 more years, and then his favorite charity came calling. Anybody know Nicolas Cage's favorite charity? The IRS. When the IRS came calling, that's the first building he gave up. He's like, look, y'all can have it. I don't even know what the inside looks like. They pretty much said thank you. And then they took everything else he owned except his crypt. His crypt is located here in New Orleans, St. Louis Cemetery number 1. Has anybody been there? No. When you go in there, pretty much everything you see will be old and dilapidated, except for his. His is a shiny bright white pyramid. They do say about 2 years ago, though, it was struck by lightning. Twice. If that's true, I'm going to say it's not a rest in peace type of place, but that's where he will be laid to rest. 4 years ago, a man from Houston, Texas, his name is Michael Whaling. He's an all tycoon, also a historian. First year and a half owning this building. Nothing but renovations. Since then, he lets friends and family members stay here, holds business conferences, also throws Halloween parties. How many of y'all would stay there? No?
No.
Not it.
Peek.
How many of y'all are familiar with the burial practices here?
We're at this place called Willie's Chicken Shack, and they got daiquiris and everything. So it should be pretty good. I got a hurricane daiquiri. It said world's strongest daiquiri.
Oh, you want me? Oh, yeah, up there.
What'd you get?
The hurricane.
What'd you get?
Pina colada.
Miss Day?
I don't even know.
No.
She got a pink one.
Y'all listen to her. How about you?
Fresca.
A Fresca? What's a Fresca?
Strawberry. Strawberry flavor.
Did y'all know I broke another nail?
Damn, girl, you just want me to be.
Just throw on more.
I'm not going back to her. I'm not. Because I got my nails done on the 13th. Because I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt and be like, okay, she put real flowers in there. The acrylic wasn't holding to it. But my thumb broke. So I'm just like,
It was hot sauce up there too.
it's too much.
I told her go to Missy.
She could do like shaping really good and all that.
It was hot sauce up there too.
How many different things have you seen?
I mean, you get the same almond shape. So, well, stiletto.
They say ketchup. I say ketchup, honey mustard, barbecue sauce, and some sauce. I can use that.
Okay.
Like some combination of some shit.
Cause this not cute. It's not cute. It's not cute. My nail.
You should have went and got the nail.
What?
I was about to close the door. I thought you were just sleeping. But you're up. Sally doesn't.
Literally just woke up. So it's time to go to the graveyard. And we're gonna do like some bar hopping, I think. Alright, y'all, so real quick, as you can see, there's some caution tape right there on the gate. One of the locals decided to stop us and let us know that someone had got shot and passed away the previous night of us coming to the cemetery. He was shot at the entrance, I think he said, something like that. But it made the experience a little more nerve-wracking and on edge. So this wall right here, well, one of many walls in the cemetery, is a crypt that the guy was explaining to us during the tour, how people are put into it. So I'm gonna insert the clip right here. I recorded it off my phone because my camera had died. So
Break up that brick and mortar. Pull your casket out. Open up your casket and pull your remains out. At this point, they put your remains back into the crypt. They will take a 10-foot pole with a blade at the end. Shove your remains to the back of the crypt where there is a hole. They will shove you into this hole and you'll fall into what is known as the belly of the crypt. You're now mixed in with people from the 1700s. Normally, it's a family crypt. You just mix in with family, so that can be a good thing or a bad thing. If your family could not afford a family crypt, you are now in a community crypt. So now you mix in with God knows who from God knows when. The reason they call it an oven-walled vault. It only takes 1 year to cook your body down to nothing but bone. It's like a natural cremation. Has anybody ever heard the term, I will not touch that person with a 10-foot pole? Mm-hmm. That's where that term came from. Back then it meant you would not push them into their final resting place. That's some more of that useless information. If y'all want to take pictures, y'all more than welcome.
hey y'all, back again. So I came in the bathroom so y'all can hear me, but we're at this place called Pee-wee's Crab Cakes, and apparently they're supposed to have the best crab cakes. So I got me a bell pepper. It comes with the crab cake. Let me show y'all. It's very cute in here, you know. Pretty nice, pretty nice. So, when my food comes, I'll show y'all, of course. I'm hungry, so I hope they're as good as they say they are. My little Nola hat, Saints hat. I'm gonna go outside. But yeah, the vibe is kind of like basic, chill, nothing too much going on. Today's our last day. I gotta take these off. I done glued this one back on with nail glue. I can't. It hasn't even been a week. Like, come on now. So, but I'm trying to get some good footage for you guys. Hopefully you like my video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Turn that notification bell on for when I do post. So we came back to the house with our food to go.
Sit right on down in this shit.
Oh, Lord, girl.
Sorry. Gotta get everything. So, you said it's good. Yep. It's good. You try yours yet? All right.
Yeah, girl, you got that. No. Which? That one. Okay. I don't care, throw it out.
That mine.
You don't want it.
Okay. I ain't got
Now you throw something else up.
Service? Just get out my hand. Okay.
You still call my hand?
I'm still in my hand on chest, girl.
Well, that damn cold for this here.
I can beat that.
Don't nobody care.
Well, we made our boy. I told you I had to go with you. I would have told you when.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You over here recording? Look, because she be trying to play scary and stuff. I told her to go.
What?
6,
6 or
7, 7.
Oh, how many I said? 1, 2, 3, 4.
6 with your scared ass.
What you do, partner?
Y'all know more than that.
What play? It's my turn?
Yeah.
Just scared ass.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9. You should lock the board.
I don't know the other one out yet.
My nerves.
Don't worry about it, we gonna get 9.
I know you is. We need to pay 3 over.
Who gonna
So I can take 3 of those books.
The rules on
With your
place.
scary self.